In this video, I'm going to show you how you can easily modify one of these power snow shovels. These electric snow shovels, so they're a lot easier to slide. And this crappily designed skid plate here doesn't wear out in only a couple of uses. All you need is some pieces of steel, about 1 inch by 1 inch. In this case, these are just some pieces of steel that I salvaged somewhere, so size is different. Some hot glue, and you're going to need a hot glue gun that can provide high temperature hot glue at high volumes. A lot of them will say high temperature, but you only get a tiny amount of high temperature before the temperature drops off. And you're going to need some really good hot glue. In this case, I use Gorilla brand hot glue, some of the best I've come across. Unfortunately, it's quite expensive compared to the cheap stuff, of course. I'm going to try riveting mine just as an experiment, but the hot glue is more than sufficient enough for this application. Alright, all you need to do is glue the metal pieces onto the sides here. Obviously, the closer to the sides, the better for balance reasons. The reason why I'm wearing gloves is that this hot glue tends to stay in its liquid state longer, so it tends to stick to you and burn the crap out of you. Once you put it on, don't stress the joint until the glue is fully cooled, which is when the strength is its highest. Otherwise, you could slightly separate it, and then it just won't stick very well. And reheating the glue without damaging the plastic is a little bit difficult. And if you drill holes in the steel, it really helps with the strength and adhesion. Make sure you thoroughly wire brush the steel. Otherwise, the glue will stick to the mill scale or rust. Then your bond strength will be dependent on how strongly the rust or mill scale is bonded to the steel. Gotta wait till this fully cures. Alright, after what felt like an eternity waiting for this to cool off enough to make the rivets, I checked out the drivetrain, and I was pleasantly surprised. The only thing that was really bad with it is a spring-loaded tensioner arm for the belt drive. It was made from plastic, which is kind of disconcerting. Just a terrible way of doing things. Other than that, it's actually very well made. Sure why that was. No idea why that particular component of the drivetrain they cheaped out on quite so much. By the way, I got this riveter from Harbor Freight, and I really like this thing. The downside is a point in it where it just catches. So just letting go. It's probably some burr in the jaws.